welcome to Ultra Reload. As you guys can see, there is a little bit of an upgrade going on. We are just going live now across YouTube. We're going across X, and hopefully you guys can all see me well. And I am just updating everyone who are managing those streams. So thank you guys for joining for Ultra Reload and welcome to the new upgraded version of it. It's nice to have everybody here. And we can see all of you guys' interactions across all the platforms. So if you have any comments, any live reactions, please throw them in because we will be able to see. Let me just sort out this live stream there. All right. And welcome, everybody. It is a pleasure to have you here. Let me just go over here and get this going. So this is Ultra Reload, the new format, new software, new everything. Isn't everything looking so good? And we are very excited about the upgrade. And we have a new format as well. So in a second, I'm going to introduce you guys to, the Ultra Reload crew that are coming on today. Our guest as well is Romain. He is the head of data at Ultra, and he will be our featured guest today. But we have a new format for Ultra Reload, which is a weekly update from our CEO, Gus. Now, just before I bring Gus on here, I will reveal something very cool. We have our official Ultra Reload intro, and I'm going to share that with you guys right now.
It's time for your favorite show. We'll make your brain explode. I am your host. Welcome to Ultra Reload.
If that is not the coolest thing ever, I don't know what is. So yeah, we are very excited to have our own intro and our new production value. So we are upgrading Ultra Reload, and this will only get better as we go. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Gus. We know him, we love him, and he is here with some exciting updates. Welcome back, Gus.
Hey, Doug. Hello, everyone. Very happy to be in your show, and well done for the intro. Very cool video. Well done.
We're excited about it. So, guys, like I said before, the new format for Ultra Reload is every week. Gus will have dedicated time to give Ultra updates as well as answer some questions frequently so that we don't wait a whole month just to hear from him. So he's kindly offered his time on a weekly basis, which is great. So, Gus, without further ado, let me hand over to you and you can tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so as Doug said, we'll see each other every week for a 15 minutes updates, and then every month for like an hour update where we go through all your questions and a bit more on a different aspect of Ultra. So very quickly this week, you guys seen that the DAP has been working as we're working today. We're going in a very short way of testing things. The test of the DAP has been very good. We managed to bring approximately 15,000 people on the chain. So that's a very good number. Nevertheless, the number of people going on Ultra wasn't good enough. So that's why we cut the DAP for the moment. We took all the learnings from it. Very happy with it. But now we're gonna build our own quests to making sure that all those people will really be active on Ultra. So that's regarding the DAP. Regarding the EVM, still on track. We're not changing dates. End of Feb, thing is still there. I'm gonna give you updates on EVM every week because everybody knows how much it's important for you guys, but for us, of course. So every week I'll make sure that you've got the news. But for the moment, nothing is changing. End of Feb, the EVM will be ready. Another thing regarding the communication, I had some meeting with the marketing team. One of the flag that Ultra want to take is the didactic about Web3 and gaming in general. You know now the ambition that Ultra has. And when you've got such ambition, you need to be an actor in terms of lobbying, in terms of didactic of what the gaming industry is, what is Web3 is, to making sure that most people understand that it is the right place to invest. And so we're going to come with fact and figures and to making sure that people understand what is this industry and why is Web3 the future. So this type of content will come more and more. It's just the beginning. We'll start with a like a recurrent post on Twitter with a fact and figures, and more we're gonna like really take this responsibility of teaching people of what is Web3, why is it the future, what is gaming, why is it important to have a such company like Ultra into the European ecosystem. So that's in terms of communication that things welcome new. We there is also this aspect of degen. I'm careful with the word, as I'm careful with the crypto game word, because I want to make sure that you guys understand that we're going to play the crypto game fully, but some people is abusing of what crypto game is. Crypto game is not to rip off people, to make them invest into shit coins and the next day it collapses. That's not crypto game. Crypto game is being as like serious as any company on the stock exchange, except that there is other rules. So the company needs to be more transparent because it's not well organized. So it's the company that needs to take the responsibility to make the full transparency and on the market. In terms of degen, same thing. It's not about like investing on crazy shit every day and try to make people going on the same direction than you, so you're making money with it. Is to really be on the top of the technology, on the top of what's on the market, to making sure that like Web3 is you, right? And what is the best happening on the Web3 is going on our platform. So the degen aspect is definitely us. The crypto game is definitely us, but in a very serious way of reading the words, right? That's a bit the update of Ultra this week. But I know that we left some question. There is more question that came in during the week. So maybe Doug, we can go quickly through it. So you guys not waiting a month for having answer to those questions.
100% Gus, and thank you so much for the quick update on Ultra and what you are busy with. And we know you're a busy guy. I see you all over Slack, our internal channels, and people are trying to get answers from you all the time. So I know how busy you are. So thank you again for taking the time out, and we'll start with a few questions. So like Gus said, we had a few left over, and we've always got constant questions coming in, and this weekly format will allow us to address them quicker. So first of all, will there be any DeFi use cases introduced in the near future, including staking, lending, those kinds of things?
Yes, it is into the roadmap. So all this will come along. The moment I've got clear dates of delivering, I'll come back to you on this. But it is on the roadmap, and it is in progress. Right. So it's not something that it's a wishful thinking somewhere. It is under progress. Right. And I'll take the question to give you a concrete dates of delivering as the EVM will be delivered by end of Feb. I'll come back for next week with this a date on those. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gus. The second question is Ultra, are we considering raising debt to boost promotional efforts?
Well, Ultra is the ambition to raise money in general, and in the finance world, debt is the cheapest way if you got a good deal, cheapest way to finance yourself, because you're not giving equity, you're not giving anything, you're just giving a return on the debt. So it is part of the financial tools that we're going to use, definitely, and it will come soon. Yeah.
Nothing like a little bit of debt. Completely
Exactly.
agree. Thank you for Gus.
It's how rich people's only spending money. It's only about debt. They're never putting cash on the table. It's just the bank who's paying it. So we're gonna try to play as the rich people.
We're going to have to start a new weekly podcast on financial advice. Thanks so much, Gus. We'll go on to that next question. So, When can the community expect the updated white paper?
Well, as I said, the last reload, the white paper will be delivered at the same times that the bridge is closed, right? Because basically, as I explained last time, we're closing a bridge anytime soon. Then we're preparing a major fundraising. The white paper will be the cornerstone of this major fundraising. So without this, we won't be able to move anywhere else, right? But it's also linked to the topic of closing the bridge. So we're not talking about month. It will be in Feb March for the latest, but it's every and I don't want to give like an approximate white paper. This white paper needs to be as solid as doing a fucking A series, right? So it needs to be extremely solid. So it's not like we're gonna like come in and back and forth on this white paper. It's we need time to make it perfect to be able to be seen by the market extremely seriously, right? So it's I need you guys to give me a bit more time, even though most of the elements are there. But it's not about just having the elements, you know. It's about putting it in the right order, bringing the right fact and figures and number for the markets. It's all this that needs to be that we need to compile together, and it takes time. So I need a bit more time for this, but it is under progress.
Thank you so much, Gus, for that update. I'm sure everybody's very eager, but also understand this takes time for quality to be there. Awesome. I'm going to ask you one more question from the signed list, but then we also do have a live question for you if you don't mind answering that. So let's
Yeah,
start
sure.
with the live question. Cryptosaurus Rex has asked, does the partnership with Thomson also include the laptop that they're planning to provide in China with the Chinese partner?
It's all laptop from Thomson, right? So there is no region, and Asia is definitely a place where we want to go. You know, we want to go, but because again, like if Asia and US has got the lead on the gaming industry, it's also because they got the bigger market, right? So it's not that we're going to just play the this European market at all. Asia is definitely a place we want to go, and Thomson, the deal with Thomson is Asia was one of the reason why, you know, like it's a market that we are looking forward to be in and concretely in.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Gus. And I appreciate the question, Cryptosaurus Rex. Keep them coming, guys. We can see the questions in the stream. Final question from the community questions this week. What is the plan to convert the Ashes of Mankind users to the Ultra ecosystem once they enter?
Well, there will be plenty of different link between the two tokens, right? With the stacking, with all different things to making sure that like your interest will be on both tokens together, right? And this is not only for AOM. Again, like Ultra is a distribution platform. AOM is a game on the platform, and for all the games that we're gonna have in the future, the link with the token from the platform we need to try to maximize it, right? So in function of the deals that we're going to make with the different studio and stuff, it's the link will be stronger or weaker. Obviously with the AOM we can go all in terms of links, so we'll maximize the link between the Ultra token and AOM token to fill up the interest.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
All right.
Gus. That is all. Those are all the questions we have for you this week.
Splendid.
And again, thank you for taking the time. Everybody, just as a side note, in terms of Ashes of Mankind, you can see there is a link on the screen at the moment. Feel free to follow Ashes of Mankind for any more updates like this. And then also game on Ultra when you can for those updates on Thomson Computers Partner and all other exciting announcements. Gus, thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate it. And we will see you next week for your next segment. Thank you so much.
Exactly, Doug. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for taking the time to listening, because you're putting a lot of insisting a lot of my timing speaking, but I'm taking the time of the community, and I need you guys to be being interested to what we're doing. And again, those short session is more on the day-to-day of Ultra. The big session is more on the partnership and major steps of Ultra. So thank you so much for your interest, and we'll see each other next week. All
Awesome.
right.
Thank you guys so
See you
much. Thank
then.
you guys for your time.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, and you heard it from Gus, our CEO, who will be attending once a week for the Ultra Reload updates, and we really appreciate his time. He is a very, very busy man, and we really appreciate his effort, but also his constant connection to the community. Thank you for that. Again, just one more time before we get our featured guest on. You guys can go follow the link below to go game on Ultra. And previously, there was a link for Ashes of Mankind that will come around again. So, without further ado, we're going to bring out our featured guest for the week. And he is the head of data at Ultra, a very busy man in his own right. Here we are. Romain, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Great. Thank you so much for taking the time coming to join us on Ultra Reload, where we have featured guests from inside Ultra to give their backstage pass to our community. How has your week been?
Pretty dense, let's say.
Pretty
With
dense, yeah?
yeah, 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 pretty dense. Yeah, with the launch of the app and all those things, there was quite a good amount of work to achieve. Yeah, and follow.
Well, I'm sure the community love to hear that. I mean, there's never a slow week at Ultra. We know this. Just before we get into a little bit of Ramon's background and his time at Ultra, let's just do a quick intro here. Ramon, tell me about being head of Ultra, head of data at Ultra. Tell me just a little bit about what that entails.
So what it entails, it's make sure that we get all the insight of the company, which is quite wide because we are not talking about just the system, the Ultra app, but we are talking about the blockchain ecosystem also. So we are trying to gather all this data to achieve to reach good insight and also to bring some value to the company in terms of decision making and all those things.
There we go. Very important role at Ultra. Thank you so much, Ramon. Just before we go on with Ramon's full segment and we find out a little bit more about his background and daily life at Ultra, we're just going to go through a few company updates as well as some announcements. That will take a few minutes while Ramon patiently gives us a minute to do so. So, just a quick update. So, our gaming pipeline is looking pretty robust right now. We've got over 25 games coming in the pipeline at various stages of listing, not to mention a bunch of conversations that are happening on top of that. Out of those 25 games, we do have 2 new games listing in the coming weeks. Keep your eyes out for the announcements, and that will only thicken and be a lot quicker in the coming weeks as we sort of improve these processes like we are doing. But we do have 2 exciting games being listed in the next 2 weeks, so keep your eye out there. And anybody who is not already, please feel free to create an account on Ultra. You can follow the link below, Game on Ultra, create an account, and watch out for those games. And then secondly, for Ashes of Mankind, we do have a few updates. So the LCR sessions, they are happening again. They are continuing. There was a little pause over the festive season, gave the Black Eye Studio guys time to, work out a few of those improvements as well as take a well-deserved rest. But the LCR sessions are continuing again today, but they have a new name, Citadel's Game Nights. They will be happening every Friday from 5:30 p.m. UTC to 8 p.m. UTC. And just to clarify for everybody who doesn't know, they will be held in the Ashes of Mankind Discord. Beforehand, they were held in the LCR private channel. They will now be publicly available for streaming. All those who have access to the game will be able to play, but anyone who doesn't will be able to watch them live in the new Ashes of Mankind Discord Citadel's Game Night channel. So go ahead there, watch, play, participate, whatever it is you do, and have a good time. The new format will be simple. It's 2.5 hours, and the first 30 minutes will be used to onboard people into Ashes of Mankind, explaining the game, explaining the gameplay tutorial, and the lore behind the game. And then from that point onwards, you have a 2-hour play session. Every Friday, 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. UTC in the Ashes of Mankind Discord. Feel free to jump on and follow Ashes of Mankind as well on Twitter. Sorry, X. Sorry, Elon. And follow them there for any more updates. So, other than that, we will be moving on to our featured guest here today, Romain. Thank you so much for joining us. So, we got a little understanding of what it is you do at Ultra, but maybe we can go a little bit more in depth. So, why don't you give everybody a little bit of a background at Ultra? How long have you been at Ultra, and how's that progression looked?
So I joined Intra end of 19, so 2019, December. So it's more than 5 years now. And I joined on two aspects. First was, we were looking to build the data team, but first we also were looking at, no, I joined for looking at also the overall architecture. Um, at this point, Ultra was really in the early stage of the backend system, and there was no data at all. And it was in the middle between let's say an event-driven architecture and let's say RPC HTTP REST architecture. In the middle of that, and it's not good to be in the middle of a bridge. You need to decide where you want to go because it makes the decision more complex for the backend developer and also so and also the technology which was choose to develop this was pretty good, pretty robust on the HTTP part, but not really on the event-driven part. And so and so we decide to take a decision going on one direction and having a robust solution, a novel robust solution for that. So we get rid of non-schema based system and all those things to consolidate the system. And this is what I took me something like my team something like 2 years to achieve, because there was quite a lot of things already done, and the migration was slow but sure, and it makes something like quite robust right now. I don't know if the community saw it, but there is no that much bugs in the system. The system is quite robust. The DApp are quite robust. The way we collect the data now is robust because everything is based on the same architecture, same pattern. So it makes the things more. It's when you're a software engineer or you're looking for systematic solution, uniform solution to be able to, when you are not dozen of guys, you look something like that because you can leverage on it and systematize your approach. So this is what we were aiming to, and now we get that. So then after those so my team, so we were not that much. We were something like 3, 4. Um, and this time we also give hands, because when you join a startup, you need to be aware that you won't do what you were assigned for. And so you are not looking for a real position. In fact, you are when I joined, I was looking for something like I will be able to work on every aspect of the application, even with the business, even with the marketing and all those things. This is why I was looking for joining this startup also, because I was excited by the fact that I would be able to put a, to put building blocks everywhere, and not just on a small part of a special vertical solution of, and then you are there and you won't move. This is what is really great in a small company, is to be able to participate in multiple aspects of the company also, without having to jump from one manager to another one, which is great. So
Perfect. Well, I would love to. I'd love to touch on that real quickly, actually, Roman, because I mean, anybody who works in a startup knows exactly what you're talking about, and for those who don't work in a startup environment, they might be a little bit confused to see how that structure works. And I just want to touch on the idea of contributing to multiple factors or multiple departments at the moment. So throughout your time at Ultra, which is 5 years, a significant time, you've seen a lot of change. What are besides data? What are the other departments that you've enjoyed most contributing to?
So I collaborate a lot with the financial department, because I have also a background in finance. I worked something like for almost
Do you
15 years
really?
in the finance industry, building software for finance, for traders, my favorites guys. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I work quite a lot with the finance, which is really interesting, because when you talk about finance in the in the domain of the blockchain, it's become really fun, really more fun, because we have a split brain, something like that. We have one part of the application which is classical, let's say e-commerce with fiat money and those things, for, let's say, first end game payment or first end unique payments and all those things. And on this second part, you have also all the second hand and even a little bit of first hand on the purely blockchain, which is you need to bring those two words in together. You need to pay your partners. You need to pay the royalties to those guys and those things. And it's really start to become fun because you need to join those two flow or upstream of information together and make sure that you don't miss anybody. So that was, let's say, a good amount of our time to set up this part. And and after that, what I was working on, it's also to build a unique backend system at the beginning, because we were not enough to bring everything together. So we pause our data part and jump to the backend. And so I work also with my guys on the backend part of the unique ecosystem. So bringing reacting of the publishing of unique from our side or any side, and then downloading the descriptor. We work also on the different specification of the unique descriptions. This JSON file you store somewhere, and we bring it to calculate to define which image are there, how you download the image, and those things, make it available for CDN transfer, all those things. We work on that. And after that, I work also on the marketing side to bring some metrics for the marketings, connect the website metrics, so plenty of part helping. For example, on the DApp campaign, for that, I also work on defining the strategy on the quest system, and after that, evaluate if it went well or not. And I think in the future we'll work more on the A/B testing stuff like that. So hypothesis testing and all those things. So it will be more challenge, but more fun also. So that's
So very
all
much,
the
very
stuff.
much the beating heart. Very much the beating heart of Ultra is the data side, and that's interesting about the financial background. I didn't know you have that. Do you find that having a financial background helps you a lot in your work at Ultra? When you're focusing specifically on data, does having the financial background sort of
Yeah, yeah.
inform a lot of your decisions?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really important, and Ultra is not a DEX, so it's not exactly the same thing. But it's really important to understand all the exchange rate are designed, and how you should design them to apply them, because we are not just talking about single currency system. We are talking about, we right now support 5 currency, but the system is designed to support as many as we want. It's just a question about uh, after that, it's more a question about managing all those conversion rate. But yeah, it helps a lot. It helps a lot because at the end we are talking about exchange rate. We are talking about volatility and all those things, which are really something like sensitive, let's say. And we are talking about trade, because we need to change the fiat into US and vice versa. So yeah, it's really important. Yeah, I would say it's not a sub part of the job, but a big part.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ramon. So we do have a few more questions. You've touched on a few of these answers, but we did the same questions for everybody. We want to get a fair chance for everybody to speak about their background, etc. So you did touch on this a little bit, but previous positions before Ultra, like you said, you had a financial background. Are there any other gaming or blockchain related companies that you worked at before? Or is Ultra your first one?
Yeah, Ultra is my first one. It is my first one. The blockchain was interesting in the blockchain. So let's say I'm one of the oldest guys in the company. In the
Wait,
company.
by age, or the longest person here?
No, no, by age, I think, because the longest.
Really?
Yeah, 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 I think so. Yeah,
Well, we
and
don't do any age reveals here. Feel free to tell us, but we don't do any age reveals. But that surprises me.
yeah. So I was looking. I follow the edge of the birth of the blockchain ecosystem and those things. And I was looking at it, and I was thinking it's really interesting. I should have buy a Bitcoin when it was really cheap, but anyway, as many people. But at the end, I was really interesting in this open architecture and open ecosystem, where in fact there is really a transparency. And so when you are talking about finance and you are coming from finance, transparency is not really a good thing. But here it was really interesting because it makes the things more obvious, and so it brings trust. And I think when we are talking about business, trust is a really key feature and key property, let's say. And I was really looking for something like that. And on the gaming part, I'm a gamer. I'm an old gamer. I have a joke on that. I have a prepared joke for that. Not a joke. A little story about that. But yeah, I'm a old gamer. I started to play StarCraft when I was a university, and we built in the lab of our university. I was let's say a part of the lab. And so we decided, as we had the LAN here, we decided to build a LAN game with StarCraft, and we were playing the night and those things. But it's where I started uni, to really be fond of RTS game, and so I was thinking, okay, I love the game. I love game. My kids play games. Now I'm more like, a daddy looking at his kids looking at playing them because they're really crazy. But at the end, I'm loving game. I want to discover more about the blockchain effectively, and then ultra opportunity comes to on the table, and I think it was the right opportunity to discover both aspects of this ecosystem. So it was really
Perfect.
why I was looking for that.
That's awesome. And I noticed that my camera has frozen. This is not me looking disinterested. My face is paused, but technical difficulties in live stream pop up. So we will move forward and hopefully you guys can still hear my voice. Ramon, you can still hear me, correct?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you for that. And it's actually really interesting to me. I'm hoping my camera starts moving again. I'll sort that out in a minute. But it is interesting to me. So the transparency and the trust that's built with blockchain and data management, as well as, broadcasting that across the network, that was something that interested you in joining a blockchain startup?
Yeah, yes, definitely. So um, what is really interesting is on our side, on data side, part of what we have is mainly what the blockchain gives us. And mostly what the blockchain gives us. So it's really what we put it in a format that is more efficient for data analytics and later for machine learning. But it's really purely you're still stuck. It's purely what the blockchain gives us. So what is really cool with that is that even if we do a mistake on our part, I mean, we broke something, which could happen. With the blockchain, we just read again all the blocks, and we rebuild our data stack and data sets, and that's it. And it's really amazing. You can do it's really data science and data oriented approach. You don't touch what your input, you just rebuild, and then you get a new output and you build on the top of it. And so it's really like a unique system or whatever, those pipes. And it's with the blockchain, it's so easy to do, so it's really great for that.
Well, I appreciate that. And please do not let my camera difficulties distract you from what is happening.
Yeah,
But it's
it's
good to hear. It's good to hear that what motivated you to join the startup like this is more transparency, more trust, and the blockchain value system as a whole. I'm just gonna pop this off right here. Let me turn that off. There we go. That's gonna be a little bit less distracting for you. So. Thank you for that, Ramon. Really appreciate it. I'm sure everybody's happy to hear that you joined the startup for the right reasons, being with a financial background. So tell you what, give us a little day in the life of head of data at Ultra. You've kind of touched on this, but at the moment the company's gone through a lot of changes in the last few months. Our roles have changed, our responsibilities have changed somewhat, and we're very lean, we're very active these days, and we've got a lot more direction in terms of how we're going to execute. So why don't you walk us through a little day in the life of Roman at Ultra?
so I won't say it's boring, but no, I'm kidding. So um, let's say for the beginning of the day, what is our classical routine in the team is we follow some scrum pattern, so agile pattern, let's say, in the team. So we start with I'm start with checking the result of the night builds and those things to make sure that there is no alert that was raised during the night. then we start with coffee all together, doing our daily routines, saying where we were, where we are, where we're going, which are the issue we encounter during the last day. And but most of the day we are all together in a virtual desk. So normally we know where we are. And then after that, we spend some time to work on the future. Let's say which are our ideas, where we want to go for the next iteration. And I have a couple of meetings with exec, with you, with Road, with my CTO to discuss about urgent matter, and then we execute it mostly in the afternoon, and in the afternoon I'm executing the different tasks we plan. That's kind of a day in life for a data team member.
Awesome. Well, you don't need to say it's boring or anything. It's like a school career day. What is good for the goose, good for the gander. It's great that you're excited about what you do, and a lot of people here will think they have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm sure that our community is filled with a lot of smart people who understand what goes into the background of data management and the architecture. So I'm sure they're getting a big kick out of this. So don't think your work is boring. And based on everything you just said, it's kind of the heartbeat of Ultra is the data. So you're kind of keeping us alive with what you call a boring day job.
No. I was just kidding a little bit, but
I
yeah, yeah.
know. Yeah. Awesome. So let's talk about a little special project at the moment, Roman. Are you working on anything at Ultra right now that excites your day, or something that is exciting you more about what Ultra's releasing? Something special?
Yeah. So obviously, it's related to the blockchain. It's the EVM coming into place. So I'm working with the so we are working all together. So I spend my day also with the DevOps, and so they are starting to put in place the EVM and the Explorer and those things. So we are also, as I say, we are capturing what the blockchain tells us. So because we needed to compute some metrics and for the future also. So we developed on the top of EOS a CDC component. So a CDC component it stands for change data capture, and it's something like capture every change on the blockchain and replicate them on a streaming system. And so we store them in different format, or we can build real-time stuff reporting on the top of it, but we didn't play with that yet. In the future, for sure we'll do it. We use this CDC capability both side, data side, back inside to react when you buy something on the blockchain. Then when the transfer is done, the backend react on it, for example, to transfer your game from A to B user, but we also save it on our side to see, okay, you did this transfer for the financial part. This goes for the VTA and all those things. So that's also, you see, with this system we can spread a lot of application of those events. And so with the EVM, there is exactly the same behavior that we need to achieve. And so we are looking at how it behaves on the top of our blockchain. What will be the impact for us? Do we have to apply some transformation? Do we capture everything we need? This is what we are working on right now on our side. So that's a big step for us also, because we want to make the things as smooth as possible for everybody. You're mute. You mute. Uh, I cannot hear you anymore.
I appreciate it. Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I was giving you time respectfully to speak without me interrupting, and luckily that worked. So I'm glad that you're excited about EVM. Obviously, at Ultra, we're all excited about the integration, and the community themselves are very excited about the integration. Long time coming, and finally being delivered. So we're very happy about that, and it's going to just expand the Ultra ecosystem to way more functionality, way more of a user base as well. And I'm glad to see the interoperability coming in, where we can sort of position ourselves as a viable option in the Web3 gaming space. So thank you so much for that little breakdown of your role in the EVM integration. And as Gus said, everybody, EVM integration is on the way. He is holding us to the end of February. I know that internally this is definitely the deadline, and we are working very hard to get to that deadline. And I have no doubt that people like Roman are going to be the ones who see it through. So thank you for that. A little bit of a side question here for you, Roman. So you're a gamer, and I'd love to hear that story you would tell him you were going to tell about being an old gamer. So please feel free to do that. But also, what is your favorite game at the moment?
My favorite game of the moment. So as I say, I'm a RTS gamer, and I discovered recently that the remasterized version of Command and Conquer. So I replay Command and Conquer. Sorry for that, but it's it's remind me so much memories. What this horde of stormtrooper, no stormtrooper. It's just troops guys that rushing over Russian or things that make me feel really bring me old good
A
memories.
lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia. Yeah,
There
yeah,
you go.
yeah. It's amazing. I was playing again some times ago with the the free version on my Linux system, but when I jump on this one, I just heard about it and say, oh man, I need to replay this game. And I was thinking try to introduce this kind of game to my kids, my son and my daughter also. She's quite a huge gamer, so she's
Oh
playing
yeah.
all the day long. No, not all the day long. I'm kidding because she has to be good at works also. But she's
Hopefully she's
playing.
playing on Ultra.
Yes, not yet. Yeah, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. No, she's young. But she the game she's playing the most actually is Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, yeah. We'll see with Ash of Minecraft. I'm pretty sure we'll do a family party.
That sounds good. Yeah, and I think we're all looking forward to be able to play with our families on Ashes of Mankind. But that's great that you got gaming in the family. That must make it a lot easier to sort of jump off at the end of a day and just start gaming.
Yeah, it's easier. It's easier. They are still young, so they are not allowed to play during the night.
Ah.
But yeah, during the day or the weekend, we it's not a problem.
Well, here's a little additional question for you since you offered up that information so nicely. What is a game that you and your family often play? Is it a 1v1 or racing games, or how does that? What do you guys play against each other?
So we are playing mostly. We have also a Switch, so I can let you imagine which kind of game we are playing when we are all the family together.
Of course.
So Mario Kart obviously, and so Mario Party on those things. That's where Nintendo is really good. For small games where you have not hours in front of you and you want to bring everybody in the same room, it's and have fun at the end, a lot of fun. They're really amazing for that.
Well, my family could never play Mario Kart. We get way too competitive, and it turns into a
Ah,
lot of
okay,
fighting.
okay,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Now,
So
now
we
you need to when you are getting old or older, then you need
yeah.
to give up on winning anymore because
Mario Kart and Monopoly are banned in our household because we need to keep our family together, so we keep it safe.
yeah, I can see. But
But
I've been playing with my father at that game
oh really?
time to time with my
Okay.
son and my daughter. Yeah, yeah.
So your father was a gamer back in the day as well,
No,
still a
no,
gamer?
but we force him. He want to be
Okay.
part of the. When you have the Christmas party or whatever, you say, okay, yeah, we'll do a little game. Let's play Mario Kart together. So we will just do one race. That's it. But it's always fun to.
Who's the Mario Kart champion in the family right now?
It's
Don't lie. Don't
my
lie.
daughter. I think my daughter she's the best. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll have to bring her on for a Mario Kart tournament at some point. But thank you for that, Roman. And again, we really appreciate you taking the time. I know it's a busy time, even though it's a Friday at Ultra, it is always busy. And you've taken out a significant amount of time from your work day to come talk to us and share with the community what the head of data does at Ultra. So thank you for that. Is there anything else you want to just leave the community with before we call it a day here?
Join Ultra, play Ultra, and Ash of Mankind.
There you go. Well, appreciate that plug. Thank you so much, Roman. And we really appreciate your participation. And just everybody knows there's a link at the bottom of the screen now to go to the Ultra website. On top of that, Ultra Reload will be a new playlist on the Ultra YouTube channel. You can follow the link below to get there, and we will be uploading these weekly in full, so you guys can go rewatch if you've missed it. And we will be providing summaries of the shows. And finally, please remember, go follow Ashes of Mankind on X. It has all the links there. Join the Discord and jump into the Citadel's game night, kicking off again from today, 5:30 p.m. UTC to 8 p.m. UTC every Friday in the Ashes of Mankind Discord. Go play Ashes of Mankind. It's a great game. And we're looking forward to having more people join. So, Roman, thank you so much for joining. I'm sure you have a exciting Mario Kart-filled weekend with your daughter. And hopefully we'll see you soon again on Ultra Reload.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys so much.
It's time for your favorite show. We'll make your brain explode. I am your host. Welcome to Ultra Reload.